So we'll continue discussing the fallout from Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0. And Simon, Manchester United fan since 1977, I'm told, joins us now on the line. Simon, you think it was a pretty unfair result. You think you deserve at least a point from that game, right?
Oh, most certainly. I mean, there were games that we played badly and we won against Arsenal with De Gea saving us time and time again. But this time around, there's no excuses. You know, we were not clinical enough. We could have put at least 2 or 3 easy chances away. We hit the woodwork twice. Lino from Arsenal, of course, he had a fantastic game. He was my man of the match.
He was brilliant, wasn't he? Some of those saves. That save from Lukaku to you know, put his body on the line the way that he did with a big unit like Lukaku. Actually, let's talk about Lukaku, because he did miss quite a lot of chances. Is he is he a player you rate, or do you think he's not good enough to be a, you know, regular starter for United?
No, I noticed about Lukaku and his critics or haters, if you want to put it this way. The moment he starts missing a sitter or he misses a game, I mean, he misses a few chances, gilt-edged chances, the critics come out and you know, they're sharpening their knives. But, I mean, let's look at the last 3 or 4 games, you know, where we found a position for him to play in. He's combining well with Rashford. But look, not all strikers score all the time. I mean, we've watched legends like Sheikh, even Owen for that matter. Currently, we've got the outstanding Kane, but they do miss chances, you know what I mean? And Lukaku happened to have one of those days whereby, he should have put it away. But look, I'm not one of those who I believe Lukaku will come good. He's lost weight since he has come to the fold. You know?
And let's not forget he scored a couple of goals. Let's not forget he scored a couple of goals up against Paris Saint-Germain as well. I mean, people say that he doesn't really score against the big sides, and you can't get too much bigger than PSG in the Champions League. That's for sure. It's a tricky one though, and the penalty must have felt really unfair for you. It wasn't a penalty, was it?
I believe it's a soft penalty, but at the end of the day, Fred shouldn't have been too close to, like I said, he shouldn't have been too close.
Is that naivety from a young player then, do you think, Simon?
Yeah, exactly. I felt it was naive. Look, at the end of the day, it is a soft penalty. There's no doubt about it. But had you restrained from a particularly too close contact, he wouldn't have had the opportunity. And look, the referee was right behind. I would have thought it was a trip. I would have thought that there was some hand pulling. But look, if I were a striker, I would take most advantage of it. For 20 minutes, Arsenal were under the cuff. United looked like they were going to score. They were going to level things up and probably may even go on to win it. But, you know, you mentioned naivety, and that's a nutshell. There you go, you know?
So if it is naivety, and obviously Fred had a good game against Paris Saint-Germain, Ole's brought him in, he's thought that his confidence looks high. Perhaps maybe that was a bit of a tactical error. Would you have preferred someone else, perhaps McTominay? Is there anyone else you'd have rather started with?
Look, I mean, on hindsight, everyone's an expert, right? I mean, when you look back, you think, Fred had a fantastic game against PSG. Look, you know, I would have given him a chance to continue that streak. And I think he had an above-average game apart from that poor call. But at the end of the day, if we had put McTominay in, and maybe he would have performed, maybe not. We don't know that. You know, but I was glad that Ole did not take Fred out after the penalty. You know what I mean? When he brought in Greenwood, for me, it's psychological. If you take Fred out, you're going to destroy him. You know, in a week, he would have had his best and his worst game.
Well, Ole seems to be the kind of manager, doesn't he, that really gets it right in terms of, you know, keeping players happy. And certainly the opposite could be said of Jose Mourinho. I mean, the whole feel of the place seems to be completely different. Is that what you've noticed? And how much do you think that's down to, you know, the sort of the atmosphere? What do you think Ole's done?
Look, I mean, when Ole came, everyone was saying that the first few games were soft, you know, those were beatable teams. But look, even under Mourinho, we struggled to win the supposedly lesser or poorer teams. We struggled. But I think Ole is a genius. In the last game, let's be frank, United were outran for about 20-25 minutes. I thought Arsenal was going to score another 1 or 2 more. But
he made some great tactical changes, didn't he? He was really quick. Exactly. A lot of people say about Ole, oh, he's just this nice guy. He's changed the atmosphere, almost like a cuddly teddy bear. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. He's actually tactically incredibly astute as well. You've got to give him some credit for that. He's really changed things.
Yeah, no, you look at him, what he did. The moment he changed the formation at the 25th minute, he started to point out fingers at tree. He started to tell some people some things. our shape changed. The moment we changed our shape, Arsenal couldn't even come into the box. Look, De Gea was hardly tested in the 90 minutes, apart from one or two, straight to the body shots.
Yeah,
But
should he have done better for the goal, do you think, for Xhaka's goal?
Yeah, but I think Gary Neville came out and was a bit harsh in it. And true, I mean, look, De Gea is world class. The moment he makes a silly mistake like that, he stands out like a sore thumb. Yeah. But I think De Gea is allowed one or two folly. I think he's warranted the number one status keeper, not only in the Premier League, but among the world's best keepers. I thought De Gea it was brilliant throughout the whole season, apart from that mistake.
Yeah, he takes criticism well. To be fair, I mean, he gets criticised. Sorry? He gets criticised, club and country, and he does take criticism very well, actually. Which is, he doesn't sort of let it get him down. Hey, Simon, I've been told you have a very special tattoo. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, okay. I've got the United crest on my right hand with the words Red Devils since 77.
Amazing.
It was done by my cousin. Yeah, but you've got to hear this. You know why? Because it was done by my cousin, who happens to be a Liverpool fan.
No way. You trusted him.
Imagine how difficult
what if he put "You'll never walk alone" on your hand or something?
And him being a scouser himself, you know what I mean?
I hope he's a qualified tattooist. He's not just your cousin who decided to have a go.
Yeah, he could have put something like Mad Devils or something, you know what I mean, and screw up the whole artwork, but he didn't. He was magnanimous about it, and the best part about it, he did it for me for free.
Oh, nice!
And he's got his own tattoo studio and things like so.
Brilliant.
It goes to show that we two can get along, but it's just not our match day itself.
Are you going to add to that tattoo? Would you ever be tempted? Is it all about the badge for you? Would you be tempted to put a player on there or a manager or, I don't know, anything else you might want to add? People get addicted to tattoos.
Yeah, good question. I mean, look, my favourite of all time has always been Brian Robson. Captain Marvel has always been my favourite player since he joined us from West Bromwich Albion, and it was... to me, he was great. I mean, of course, he finally won the Premier League, but at that time, he was at the twilight of his career. But I prefer to put the names on the jerseys as opposed to the body, because to me, it's the crest. At the end of the day, coaches can come and go. I mean, look, Sir Alex has been wonderful. If I had a third child, I would have called my son Alex, my wife, of course, will have something to say about it, but at the end of the day, it's still the badge. Whoever comes and goes, you just love the team for the philosophy, for the way they've played, for the legends we've produced, you know what I mean? So, it's always been a badge.
No name is bigger than the club, that's for sure. Simon, you're from Malacca. I'm just wondering, are you part of any kind of fan club or anything like that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because I wanted to bring this up as well, because we have an official fan club that's recognised by Manchester Old Trafford themselves.
Oh, amazing.
They're known as United. They're known as United Malaysia. It was founded way back in '92 by Mr. Lawrence Howe, and recently Bud Jingulam, who is the head of the Sabah Red Devils, has took over the mantle, has made the club official, has enlarged on the membership. He's done a tremendous job. Granted that the fan base, or rather the headquarters, happens to be in Sabah, but we actually have a place here in KL. It's called the Myth. It's at TTDI. And that's where they actually watch games, and that's where they have membership sign-ups. They've got activities, they've got calendar of events, they've got charity events that they do. So
I have to say, I admire your dedication, because I normally live in London, so I'm always awake naturally for the matches. But the fact that you guys get up in the middle of the night to support your team, it's phenomenal. How many members have you got now then?
Oh wow! I've not checked, because I attended the first AGM 3 years back. When I last recall, we were into the four figures, easily into the four figures, and they're all over. Amazing. And it's a good gathering whenever they meet at the Myth and things like that, and they've got events, and you've got members who are active, proactive in that sense, helping things out. And you're right, coming all the way from where you are as opposed to where we are, the following series actually can be quite fanatical, you know what I mean? In that sense.
Totally. It's brilliant. Just before you go, put your money where your mouth is. Where are Manchester United going to finish this season?
Oh, wow. I still have faith that we're going to finish third. I mean, The top two is actually between City and Liverpool. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. It's whether City depends on us on match day in April. That will be left to be seen. Whether we'll do any favors, I frankly speaking, I doubt. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be maybe a 4-horse race for third and fourth. But I actually have faith that we can finish third. I actually believe, although. Yeah, Arsenal has a better run. I doubt. When it comes to the end of the season, anything's possible. Yeah,
anything is possible. I would wish you luck, Simon, but I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm not going to do that. But thanks so much for thanks so much for joining us. Anyway, we love to hear from fans. If you want to join the debate, get in touch with the number below.